Ladies and gentlemen, hello, welcome back to the channel. If you are a subscriber, if you are not, welcome. As you guys can see, my lot is looking pretty darn empty, and by empty I really do mean empty. Reason is it's tax season, and tax season I pretty much sell off absolutely everything that I have within about a month, and then I scramble to get inventory. But this year is a little bit different because one, I prepared myself for tax season, so I did have pretty much a full lot. Two, I am continuing to buy cars, and there are a lot of cars coming, but that's not in this video. In this video, I'm gonna show you guys the Cayenne, which my brother bought. Just came back from a car wash. It had an interior detail. But this Cayenne has a few issues that we will not be fixing, so it will be sold as is. And in this video, we're gonna go see my mechanic because he tells me my Mazda CX-7, which was part of those 4 cars that I purchased, and 3 of them were pretty bad buys. Yeah, it's done. He said he replaced the turbo. It had water in it, it had oil in it, so that's why the turbo was shot, which apparently is a pretty common issue on him. But he said he fixed everything, put new piping, and we're gonna go pick it up, and hopefully it drives no more of that super high-pitched sound. So while we wait for Mustang buyers and everything else, I'm gonna photograph this car so that we could get it listed and sold as soon as possible. But we'll do a quick walk around. It needs new tires. It has some damage. It's a Cayenne S, so it's the 4.5 8-cylinder. I mean, it's a pretty nice car aside from that. Nothing, you know, crazy, except this. So this is most of the damage, or pretty much all of the damage. It's missing a radio. It has a check engine light on for like an oxygen sensor, evap system. That's why we're not gonna be fixing it. It's just, you know, a handful of little things that add up, and we figured since it's tax season, kind of take advantage of this and sell it as is, make a quick profit, and move on to something else.
2 hours later.
Guys, well, we got a slight change of plans. We're actually gonna go to the bank right now, grab a cashier's check, and actually go to Mannheim and pick up a car. Got a Scion TC 5-speed manual, pretty nice car. The exhaust has a rattle, know of that. So we're gonna go pick up the Scion TC with my brother, and then kind of go from there. The buyer for the Mustang was still a no-show. He's technically 40 minutes late now, but when he came and looked at it the first time, he was 2 hours late. So honestly, not really expecting much from this guy, but always down to sell a car. Made it to Chase. Just checked the app. I got another car. Guys, you know how many cars got today? 8 cars, yeah?
Yeah.
8 cars today, so the lot is definitely going to fill up with vehicles very soon. So make sure, if you're not a subscriber, make sure you do subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what I bought. I bought a whole bunch of stuff. Some of them are actually pretty darn exciting. Well, daggone, guys.
Could have left faster.
I know. We just got out of Chase, and that took way too darn long for a simple transaction of $3,000. Yeah, we were in there for like 15 minutes, and then we left, and the guy goes, "Oh, I still need your ID," so we had to go back. I was like, dude, it's a small transaction, 3 grand. Like, why is this taking so long?
Yeah, so
oh, well, we had to do this. I had to give my social security number, all of that. And it's pretty much traffic time right now, so we're kind of in a rush. We're trying to get everything done because got to pick up the Scion, potentially pick up the Mercedes that was also given to me, that I won. And then I got to go to my mechanic who lives like 35 minutes away, pick up the Mazda. Yeah. There's a lot that goes into this, but you know, we're trying to do the best we can. But next stop is Mannheim to find this Scion. Oh, and actually my detailer called, said, "Hey, do you have any cars for me that I could clean?" So we're gonna pick up the Scion. It's gonna go straight to him to get detailed, and we'll go from there. So in this business, you really have to learn to adapt and kind of go on the fly, because some things change. You know, you could have a plan of taking a car to the detailer, you call him and go, "Sorry dude, I'm working on a car, I don't have space right now, how about tomorrow?" And then what do you do? And times like this, when I wasn't planning on it, and goes, yo, bring me a car if you have one. So that's what we're gonna do. We're going to Mannheim and we're gonna go from there. Alrighty guys, we are Mannheim now. Just made the payment. And now we are going to look for the Scion. And then should probably find the Mercedes I purchased, which I will show you guys. I don't know if it's gonna be in this video or not, because there's so many cars. I think there's 8 or 9 cars that I got this week. So I don't think all of them are gonna fit in one video, it'd just be too long. But at least at the auction, I will show you guys the purchases and we'll kind of go from there. Here's the Mercedes I got, except when I looked at it yesterday, it wasn't squatting like that. But this is definitely mine. So let's see why it's squatting. And I did drive it yesterday with my brother. This is a diesel, so we're just gonna let the glow plugs warm up and then we could start it up. We have a SRS light, which I saw. Now I hear the compressor. Is it going up, Andre? It's going up. Yeah. So it is going up little by little. I'm curious why it's down. Either someone lowered it to see if it works after we left the auction, but I mean, it's going up now. Or we have an air leak and that's a problem. But let me go on this side where it's not really windy. For this car, I'm basically paying like $7,700. It books for $14,800, and the cheapest one with similar miles in this area is actually listed for over 16 grand. So even if I do have to replace the rear suspension parts on it, I am more than okay with that because I literally got it like half off. And like I said, we drove it yesterday. There's no check engine lights on. It drove totally fine. It makes really good power, you know. There you go. It pumped up air. The question is, will it stay that way or not? But yesterday when we approached it, it had no issues. And this is a 2012. This is the last year they made them in this body style. It has bi-xenon headlights. It has those LED markers. Nice Bridgestone tires that look really great. It's a 3rd row, tinted windows. Oddly enough, I kind of like this color. I feel like it works somewhat well with the white. Heated seats, power trunk. Here's the Scion, cool guy. So this one has an exhaust rattle. Aside from that, it runs really well. But anyways, we're gonna kill this car. So yeah, we're gonna leave that. So we thought the Scion needs a detail, possibly. But Andre's saying this thing is pretty clean. We got a big subwoofer, and I'm curious if it's hooked up, if there's an amp. But man, this thing is massive. We do have an amp. Yep. So, question is it wired up or not? I mean, it's pretty decently clean,
I'll just
but
write down everything.
it's not terrible. It's not terrible by any means. I think we could get away with no full detail. Here is the little Scion. We got a maintenance light on, but that's, you know, change oil or something like that. We'll check the oil level or not oil level, but if it's black, if it needs an oil change or not. I feel like I'm talking really fast because I'm trying to get everything done as quickly as possible, but we are at the security gate. There's 2 cars in front of us, and we're gonna pull this thing out, and we're going straight to the lot and kind of go from there, see what happens. Maybe we will go back for the Mercedes, maybe we won't. We'll see. Scion made it to the lot with no issues. It has minor imperfections. The engine bay will need to get cleaned up, which we can do ourselves. Pull off all these stickers, and honestly, maybe in a day or 2, this car is going to be ready to go to its next owner. Well, of course, swap that out. That's who we purchased it from. Minor imperfection here, which we will not be fixing. Honestly, the goal right now is basically buy cars as ready as we can, and then move them as quickly as we can while there is tax season going on right now. I mean, guys, look around. Like, the lot is empty. I have what, 2, 4, 6, 8 cars. I mean, I have a few more. That's not the only cars I have here. But regardless, the more cars I have for sale, the more cars I sell, the more money I make, which is always the goal. So we got this one picked up. I don't know if we're gonna pick up the Mercedes today. Andre, what do you think?
I think we have time.
We have time?
Are we picking up Andy's truck?
No, not today.
If we're right there by it.
Basically, do you guys remember Andy? If you remember Andy, drop a comment. I used to sell a lot more cars for him. I don't really now, over the last like 6-7 months. He's been kind of doing his own thing. He took summer off. He got a nice fancy boat. I mean, he took it easy in my opinion, which absolutely nothing wrong with that. The man can afford to take it easy. So by all means, you know, literally no hate, no nothing towards it. But we are starting to kind of work together again, and he has a truck at Odessa that he wants me to pick up and retail for him. So we're going towards that direction, and we'll see if we can swing it and pick up the truck. I don't know. Remember when I was telling you guys, like, you know, 3-4 minutes back, 5 minutes ago, that in this business you have to learn to adapt, and at least for me, I have to learn to adapt, and I learned to adapt very well in the sense of just kind of go with the flow where whatever direction takes you, and just keep hustling, keep hustling. So Scion made it, no issues. We're gonna leave it here. We're gonna close everything up, and we're gonna start heading to the other direction towards my mechanic, and then kind of go from there. Guys, in the beginning of this video, I told you that I got a V10 Audi, and I didn't tell you what it was. I'm still not gonna tell you, but I will tell you that I did purchase another really fun, special car in my opinion. I purchased a Porsche 911 today from Seattle. I don't know when it's gonna get here, but we will dedicate our own video to that car because, I mean, it's nice. It's a convertible, it's a 911 Carrera S. So if you guys want to see that car, please make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Don't go anywhere. I buy and sell cars, you know, I have been doing it for the last few years, and I am pushing myself outside of the comfort zone. And this is the most expensive car I have purchased. This is the most expensive car you guys have seen on the channel in regards to what I paid. Maserati is worth more because this Carrera, when new, the sticker for it was $113,000. The Maserati that I've had on the channel that you guys have seen before, if you are following the channel, that one was around $130,000 when new. So Porsche is not the most expensive car, but this is the most expensive car that I have purchased. While my brother is locking up, we are getting ready and heading towards my mechanic.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
All right, guys, we're pulling in. I don't know these guys, none of them are my mechanic, but yeah. Let's go find him. Let's go get the man paid. This Lexus is not mine, but this mechanic is mine. Oh, there's my beauty, guys. Well, if you guys are following the channel, then you should have seen this car already, but it's nice. It's black on black. I don't think it really needs a detail. The turbo was bad, so we're gonna find out if it was fixed and how well it sounds. Started on its own. Guys, if I haven't told you before, I love my mechanic. I mean, this dude has saved my skin so many times. He always comes through for me. And even this thing, I mean, absolutely no issues. It sounds so great. Now hopefully no other issues because, you know, clearly I didn't drive it very much. But I paid $15 for the new turbo, and I paid him $400 for the labor because he said the turbo was basically gone. You guys hear that? Nothing. But he basically said he replaced a whole bunch of stuff, not just the turbo itself, but all the metal lines, the cooling lines, the oil lines. He replaced all of it. Just to be safe, so I paid him $400 for the labor and the additional parts that he put into this car. And I have the old turbos behind me on the floor, but you know, if no check engine light comes on for whatever thing, then this car should technically be ready to go tomorrow. I am very happy that I took it to him, and I'm very happy that it's running totally fine. And I mean, he knew right away what the issue was. I'm not gonna do anything else. Like I said, I have to adapt. We're losing some daylight, and my father needs some help, and you know, he comes through for me very, very often. So I'm gonna go help him while we still have a little bit of daylight left, and then we're gonna take a pause here, and then we will resume. But I appreciate you guys joining. I appreciate you guys watching. If you are not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. There's a lot of cars coming, and 2 of them I am very, very excited about. So if you want to see those, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in another video.